Okay. Something is not right. Hold on. We should be live. Maybe. Maybe. Are we live? I cannot tell you. We do not seem... Oh shoot, okay. That's live. It's going. Okay, I think we're live on YouTube, I think. Oh shoot, okay. Sorry. It's just I'm not showing up on platforms. Let's check for live on Twitch using Edge because
a sellout, whatever it is, right? You can still be a nice, decent person. But the non-filtered response I'll give you.
Jeez. Oh shoot, okay. We're live on Twitch. And hopefully YouTube as well. It says we're just live on Twitch. Shoot, okay. Progress. Okay, great. We are live on both platforms. That's great. Alright, so what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making models for the upcoming game Kitten Space Agency. And I am very excited to be doing so. So, I'm starting out here on this pipeline. This is, I just wanted to talk about this a bit. So this is the workflow that I'm going to aim for. With the basic idea, I don't think I'm going to do any of this stuff really, because I'm just going to be modeling. So I guess it's closer to the 3D game asset creation pipeline that I made, or I referenced really. So yeah, we're gonna use advanced modeling. We're not gonna do retopology. We're not gonna need to rig, I don't think. There's not been released documentation for KSA yet, just from what I know and from what I've talked to the developers about. And there's, yeah, honestly, going into a layout and then animation and then UV unwrapping does not feel right. Anyway, one thing that I found interesting is the optimizing textures that KSA wanted with using NVIDIA texture tools. I'll get into that probably in a bit once we have a model made. Yeah, and then I'm not going to go into post-production, so it's really just this pipeline here. Now, the model requirements, I actually have to write this down. So this is what we got here. Is for the cylindrical parts, 48 sides around. The circumference versus KSP, which is 24. So yes, it is quite a step up. And then it's 1 meter for the different part sizes, which is very nice. So I'll probably be aiming for 2 meters or 3 meters. I don't really know, because the game's not been released yet, as to what sizes do what things. I'm going to base it off of KSP, with small being like the default shuttle that you start out having in career mode. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, work with atlases, which I have little experience with atlases. Shouldn't be an issue. One part. Then this is how PBR works. Oh, there's a 2 there. Yeah, so this is how PBR works here. PBR maps, red channels roughness, green is metallic. Okay. And I played with merging these different black and white maps just yesterday, actually. So it's actually pretty easy. I'll show you how to do that in Blender in a moment. Diffuse maps. No ambient occlusion. Okay, most parts need... Okay, this is kind of an interesting thing. Most parts are 350 ppm pixel per meter. But as things get bigger, you want to step down so things don't use much texture space. Not by much, it was kind of the restock team did with KSP. The largest tanks are about half the density. Okay. Give more textile, that might call it textile density to parts that you're going to interact with. Okay. That's important. Compress textures in the DDS format, which I find this very interesting. I've never heard of this before. But it's really fast. I've played with it a little bit and it's surprisingly fast. Work on roughness and middle maps first. Everything is open source. Okay. GLB is the main output file. So we'll be exporting as GLB. So these are the main requirements that we have here. Not too difficult to follow at all. Yeah. That is very cool. We're going to be using Blender 4.5 for all this. I kind of need to find some reference images because I have nothing so far. So I kind of just want like a basic shuttle that'll hold, yeah, just something to start out with modeling. So, okay. What does that be called? Okay. Some basic reference. I'm not gonna follow these like super closely. Oh, okay. Man, what would this be called? Because it's not a shuttle. And if you look up rocket pod, you just get a bunch of military weapons. It is called a crew module or a space capsule. Sweet, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Now we're just gonna make a space capsule then. Not like this entirely. More like this one. It's very simple geometry. It mostly relies upon textures to make it look good. Well, this one does. This one's complicated. And because it's such an efficient rendering service that KSA is providing us with, it will be super fast and hopefully do well with high polygons. This is a good one. This is a good picture. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of interesting. Because I really don't know what I can do with KSA. I'm totally certain that you are able to get an RCS thruster built into a space capsule, but that would take quite a bit of work. Alright, so this is kind of a cool picture. So, this one here, if you have not even heard of KSA, this is the first capsule that they put inside of KSA. This is the Gemini capsule. That they put. And it looks great. Their textures are amazing. This is also a very cool piece of art. I'd call it art. I don't know if it's being used as art. Okay. I wonder what they're doing for decals. Oop. Is there anything else? I don't want it to look too futuristic sci-fi. KSA developer team plans to release style sheets eventually for reference for artists and modders alike. So, yeah, that's cool. Very simplified, but yes. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see here. So we're gonna start with a 2 meter base and go to a 1 meter top, and it needs 48 sides. So Yeah, that's a very nice amount to work with there, and I believe it's 1 meter. Oh, it is 2. Okay. Perfect. We can just duplicate this. Yeah, that should be 1 meter now. Very cool. If I really want to be basic, we can just bridge these. That'd be cool. Whoa. Oh. I didn't know that. If you set bridge velocity equals 0, it gives you like an even topology. Or I guess it's the same as 20. Whatever. So if I really wanted to be basic, this is how I would do it. Whatever. But I do not want to do this, so we're just gonna... I had... what the heck did I just... I'm sorry, what? I have never heard of this keybind. This is the keybind Shift W. Wow. Holy cow, I have never... Sorry. That was a complete accident. I've never used that before. A lot of these, like, sort of have a base here, then kind of go in and go up. Actually, I will do that. Okay. Oh, this is kind of a weird dimension to be working in. Something does not. If I could, I'd totally make it like that. I'm just afraid of messing up proportions because this is 2 meters tall. I'd assume a kitten would be a meter tall. Right there. Leave this marked. Okay. What I could do is drag up this. Ooh, I don't know. My goodness, I need like to see what their meshes look like. Oh, but that one. Grab these faces here. Let's see here. I love this B keybind when you're moving an object, and you can press B to set a snap point, and then you can like restrict it to this axis here. And then I want it to be in line with this object up here. I can just select it and it'll be in line. I love that so much. That would make an end gun, which would be fine. Because this is weird by itself. You should say bing, bing, bing. Okay. That's not that bad. Now let's say we want to bevel this edge. Well, we're gonna get some issues. Or not. That's actually pretty nice. I want to make sure the density is not that high though, because this is going to be implemented within the game as a mod. Oh man, I kind of gotta think like aerodynamics and stuff. Like this bit here cannot stick out too far. Wish I did not model this in an axis. It's a dandy thing, by the way. If you want to like do it by the local face, you can just go up here from global and then press this little plus and it'll just work. Very nice. Look at that. Already better. I see some weird shading stuff. Don't do that. That's not good. Wonder if we can. Actually, that would actually work out pretty nicely, because then we have quads over here. Even though it will be most likely be triangulated. I feel like that might have made it worse. It's honestly not that bad. Okay. So how KSA is going to work, from my knowledge, is that it's going to have all the textures and everything linked up via XML files. So if I look, to make this parts mod, all you need is Blender, an image editor, and a little bit of knowledge of XML, how parts are defined. XML is how we define parts and their relationships with others. Isn't set in stone yet. Start modeling and get things ready. Alright. So XML is just going to be how things are kind of rendered. Or not rendered, no, how things are displayed. Wonder if this would look better as a sharp edge. I always forget how to set a sharpness. I want to say it's this, but no. No, I do not remember. Shift G. Alt E. Alt S. No. Q. W. No. I do not know. Let me look it up. Control E. Oh. That's something. I don't think I like that. It makes me wonder if I do like this. Yeah. Ugly. So I'm seeing on this is, and okay. Here's what I'm kind of thinking. Let me grab a mirror modifier. Look at that. Oh, that looks pretty good. I like that. That looks very nice. We'll deal with the windows in a bit. Oh man, see, it's not centered on this mesh. Which makes it not centered up here, which is fine. I could just apply it and move on. I'll do. Cool. Now we can continue as we would. So I'm assuming such. Oh man. Man. I'm trying to think here of how KSP worked. So KSP worked as like placing different components on each part. So I would not have to necessarily place a ladder on this because that would be up to the players. That'd be their player's responsibility. I really don't know how dense the topology should be either. That's another thing. It's for a window. I can probably do like 2 more loop cuts. Probably. Because like this edge here is not very noticeable, but oh, right, because I messed that up. Oh man, forgot about that. Just do that. That works. Kind of. Kind of works. We kind of need this to scale from the 3D person. These restrictions are interesting. Very interesting restrictions. That's the center, right? Yeah. Windows seems to say curved. Okay, let's do that much. Honestly, we might just leave this as is, almost. It's better than using Boolean. Kind of. The thing about space shuttles is that they don't need to be, I mean, okay. They're designs, like, you know, they're paints. They don't need to be perfectly symmetrical. But like, basically everything else should be, because we want a center of mass. So. Yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Remember, this is just one part. These two are the same. Orion, I think. Is that one? I think that's called Orion. This is Orion. This guy's Orion. I think. This guy, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, door hatch. Ooh, door hatch. Do that next. We'll make door hatch a one-sided thing. Ooh, this might be a bit challenging. What's that? Door hatches will not open in KSA. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But then again, you never know. Why the heck did proportional editing turn on there? Oh, Vertex Bevel, you are disgusting. You are truly disgusting. Yeah, we're not gonna use that. Sometimes I just forget I have hard ops, honestly. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Let's remove these edges. They're kind of just trust the process. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. These four. I think we can just do that. Ugly. Yeah. But it's not that bad. And it shouldn't be that bad, honestly. How far did I go? Oh, I went. I don't think I like that. What did I press? Is it no? It's shift. I always press that button and it always messes me up. And I'm like, oh, what did I do? So it's like, oh, crap. Okay. Now we have this lovely shape. We're just gonna... All that for just a simple thing that could have totally been done with the texture. That's honestly, that's a very fair point that I bring up there. Oh. This could all be done with the texture. Oh, boy. I didn't think of that. Honestly, man. Oh, jeez. Man. Oh wow, that actually didn't mess up the normals. Surprising. Hello? Okay, I guess it cannot have perfectly aligned faces. I did not know that. Shouldn't be an issue though. Oops. But was this all for nothing? I don't know. Oh, is that not? That should be a thing. Was it all for nothing? I don't know. It might have been, honestly. It might have been. We can have displacement maps, right? Did they talk about that? Did they talk about... There's nothing in here about displacement. Let's go to their Discord server, let's see. Vector displacement. It's about mesh displacement. Wait. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Height, not displacement. And they were talking about textures. Where is that? There's nothing in here because there's ambient occlusion. Interesting. So there's nothing. So this might not have been for nothing. I mean, assuming a kitten is 1 meter tall, so let's just get a. Which a kitten is probably smaller than a meter. Meh. I would guess. I would guess a kitten could probably fit out of here. If the kitten was 1 meter, then yeah. But, okay. Then yeah. And the alignment with windows should be okay. Yeah, everything seems to be on the same sort of edge. So it should be fine. Man, I gotta figure out how to use atlases. Like, it's not difficult. You just make one texture atlas and then use it for multiple assets. But I've never done that before. So that might be an issue. Or not. I have a feeling that this broadcast is not public on YouTube and that it is private. Is this a private broadcast on YouTube? Have I been privately broadcasting this whole time? I might have. Yeah, it's a private stream. That's kind of crazy. Well, hello. That's awkward. That's also awkward. No, just throwing a number there. Temporarily. Dang. I cannot believe I've been streaming privately this whole time. Should be public now. does it spread it? Really, you're doing this to me after an hour of streaming. I guess I've been on Twitch, but let's be honest, no one's watching me there. Unless there's actually someone watching me, which would be very... What? Save. Okay. Oh, there's no one on Twitch. What a shame. But now we're live on YouTube, hopefully. Please, we're not on YouTube. Oh my gosh, we're actually live on YouTube. Finally, dude. Holy cow. That... After 1 hour of modeling, and... I finally realized. That is sad. But honestly, not that bad. Because it does not look like I have made much progress. I thought of a detail I could add. I thought that this would be cool. I think I saw it on one of these guys. It's on this guy here. Oh. Why is that E? Blam. Yeah, that's cool. Would help if it was centered up with this edge here. Never mind, there's no center edge. That's weird. Why aren't you working? That's really weird. I don't know why. That's not working. Oh well. Whatever. We'll just do this manually. Like so. Also give this a mirror modifier. Just like this. Look at that. Details. Which don't actually look that good. Oh, that's better. Not that much better, but better nonetheless. It looks like... Oh. So, aerodynamic, that's if you imagine, it might be, 4, huh? Oh shoot. Oh well. We're on iteration 4 now. So this is what this looks like. I wonder if I... Oh, why not? Let's see. Ooh, shoot. Look at that. Oh, crap. Look at that. Ugh. I like this aspect of it, but I do not like this aspect at all. Well, we'll undo this. That's ugly. I would go about doing this by splitting these guys. So we have... No, that's not right. Split. Edge split? How do I split this? How do I could just delete these edges. Sure. Whatever. It's fine. Oh, this isn't... Oh, this is not... Hold on. Before I do this, let's make this mirror properly. Cool. Now we should just be able to... This shouldn't have a top. Or we can connect those in a sec. Whoa. Is that... Oh, is that vertex? Texture? Oh, it's texture paint. Okay. Let's... Wait, it's this axis. That's not right. G shift X. Oh wait. Let's fill this face real quick. Why doesn't that look right? I don't know. This might be interesting. that's wonderful. I love that. Oof, oh boy. Oh boy. We can do this. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's exactly what I want. That did not cut through that, though. That's because these technically aren't connected. Oh boy, this is some ugly mesh. Whatever. It'll work. That's working now. Wait. Supposed to work? Huh. Weird. I made an edge here on accident. And a vert, apparently. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're getting somewhere, kind of. Can I like mark these as sharp or something? That might actually look good. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Oh, that's great. I have to fix up this mess because it's a mess. Oh boy. See there, I did it again. Okay. That is nice. Could I have done this with a billion? Yeah, totally. I totally could have. In fact, I'm like, I can just, I don't know why I went through all this work. Like, it's that easy. And then I have another boolean. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't look the greatest. But like, come on. Why did I do all that? That's a little annoying. Oh, it's fine. Look at that. Okay, I think we're gonna go. With this, because then we can merge it all back together. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, I guess if I stuck this on top of a shuttle, I wouldn't. What was the count again? was like 42 or something. 48. What an interesting number. Like if I stuck this on the bottom, like I'm not complaining. Right? I just kind of want to say something here. Let's see if I can like. Yeah, I delete that. I'll just fill this. Until I get Kitten Space Agency and like see what the modeling actually looks like and like look at some of the files, then I will better understand. Do we have GLB? We do. Okay, it's the same as GLTF, kind of. There are probably differences. Oh my goodness, it's my #1 fan. Clark Sweden is here. It definitely looks like a thing. This actually helps me see if the chat is working. Hello, are you in there? Yep, the chat is working. At least the YouTube chat is. But anyway, hey, your #1 fan. This is all for Kitten Space Agency. I'm gonna mod this into the game once time gets around to it. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go on to work making the atlas now, which I know what an atlas looks like. I've used atlases before. I just don't know. Oh, I see. These are probably these bits here that I kind of use this bit as reference for was for an RCS thruster. Whatever. That's probably fine. One thing I can add is a handle, because that's not up to the player. How do I do this? Not a 48-sided single cylinder. We'll do 16. Yeah. I kind of like the style of this thing, actually. See if I can replicate it. This thing might be a little complicated. If I really wanted to, I would. Yeah, honestly, we'll just do this. Just because it's kind of easier. Above 60, it seems. Get that looking smooth. Sweet. Probably just apply the scale before I do this. Honestly, that's kind of thick. I wouldn't want to pinch my fingers in that. Can I just select all by normal? Yeah, I can. That works. That doesn't. Yeah. No. Handle. Bang. Tiny detail. Maybe too small of a detail. I could reuse this actually. This could be reused. Let's throw one right here. Oh, look at that. It just sticks right on there. Look at that. That's beautiful. We'll use a... we'll just use a mirror. Just because. Oh. I see. That bevel might have been too intense. Meanwhile, it's not that many vertices. Yeah, that's better. Do the same up here. Okay. Progress. I don't like this placement. I don't like that. Honestly. Ooh, but I do like that. That's nice. I don't even know how big a kitten's hand is. So. Yeah. I don't know. That's not. Man, this is always a hard stage. Going into details this soon. It looks reused. I keep pressing E. I don't like that keybind. This, like, oh, you want a friggin' ambulance? No, I don't. Please, get out. Leave. Let's just do this. We'll do the same thing with what we did up here, because I don't know what the connections will look like either. And I don't need to be perfect on this. A lot of the details will be added during texturing with atlases and stuff. Man, I really want to get my hands on one of those models that they have. Because I don't know. I want to be as close to them as they can. As I can be. Emoji. Close to real scale. So I'd model one end cap for a tank and reference it twice in XML to appear on both sides. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. You would just have one asset and it's just being referenced in multiple places. That makes sense. GLB, Atlas. They work in atlases, so I guess I don't have to. So one texture serves as multiple parts. Okay, so each part would have one diffuse, one normal, and one PBR map. And the PBR is roughness, metallic, and ambient occlusion. Okay. Diffuse maps have no ambient occlusion, so make sure they're not baked in. I do not fully understand textile density, honestly. I have the textile density add-on, and it's like, I guess I could play around with that a little bit. I have so many add-ons. I should probably optimize my Blender. I don't have so many. There it is. Pixels per centimeter, but they said pixel per meter. That should be fine. Easy conversion. So 350. Okay. And I don't know what resolution to make this texture either. I have no clue. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Average? What does average look like? It's the exact same. And I guess I have no UVs, so this is technically probably not doing anything. Yeah, no UVs, which is fine right now. We're gonna duplicate this one more time. I'll pop you down to previous, apply the boolean, and start working on UVs. Maybe. Sure, why not? This is just kind of a test part to see, learn a basic process. This could be an island right here. Let's see how this works. Yikes. Should be okay though. As we're making progress. Kind of. Let's see. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I accidentally hid them. not this edge, maybe just those. Gosh, dude, UVs. There's something, man. Oh, sweet. That's slightly better. Slightly better. Whoa. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh, that looks like a useless edge, actually. This edge here seems kind of useless. It's not like it's supporting anything. And triangles aren't that bad, so yeah. Sweet. That'll be nice. Some weird stuff happening up here. That's with these bits here. Does not help that my sharp seams look exactly like my selected seams. Or not seams, edges. Not very helpful. Might go in and change that. They need to add like a search here. And is that in Blender 5? I know they changed theming in Blender 5 to make it better or something. Edge mode. Here we are. We're gonna make this like purple. For my #1 fan. And I just deselected everything. That's kind of a dark purple. That's kind of hard to see. Make that a bit brighter. Lavender. Let's see here. We can probably. This is a lot of edges. Yeah, but that's kind of supporting. That'll kind of support the shape of it. So. That's pretty good. Repeat that over here. better. Oh, look at that. That's nice. We have some weird stuff happening down here, though. Which makes sense. That does make sense. I think we'll just do this for each of these. See, now I wonder if it's going to use XML for, like, referencing each part. Would I include these bars here on this part, or would I make that a completely different thing to reference in the XML? I don't know. That's weird. So let us have this errors. No. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, make this into a square. Oh boy. That might have been bad. Nope, we're good. I don't think that's gonna work. But it's really not that bad, so. Let's set the textile density. Oh, look at that. It set the textile density very well. Look at that. That is very nice. Ah, this is nice. Oh, that's very nice. It's in the grate, which I think is good. Except for these red bits, but which have a higher textile density. Well, where are they? They're right here. I guess you can see a little bit of distortion going through here. Shouldn't be. Oh boy, that's not good. But that is fine because it's going to be like a window glass material. Okay. That's looking good. I mean, it looks super simple right now, but once we get into textures, it'll look nicer. So I need to figure out how I'm going to be doing my atlases. Let's. Let's do some research. So this is what an atlas looks like. Minecraft uses atlases. I forgot. I don't know if Minecraft. I'm pretty sure Minecraft. No, it doesn't. There's a specific way to do it though. If you like use MC Prep, I remember doing that with atlases. UV wrapping with atlases. Oh. So would I align the UVs to an atlas? Because that is how you would go about doing things. It's just having, goodness, holy cow, having my curved surface like this here would not work well for an atlas. I could just like SX0, which would just kind of flatten it all. That would not work very well though. Oh goodness. And I don't want to align my atlas to my texture. Frequently used textures. Oh boy, this looks old. Essential for choosing any kind of rendering performance. Not really what I'm looking for. Okay. Help me out, Pelican. Help me out here. Oh boy. Oh, no. Okay. This works best with like square stuff. Okay, this is not helping me much. It is not. Apple developer has about texture atlases? Huh, that's weird. Or maybe it's like the game dev or something with Apple. Huh, well it's just the curved surface that I'm on about. And oops. It was like 340, I think, right? 350. Very interesting. Okay. Let's say like I want. Yeah, there's just. Wonder. No, because I need the. Whoa, do I need it? I don't know. I don't know how they're functioning. What I'm thinking right now is like, oh, I want to optimize this mesh. So what if I just delete every other one of these here? Yeah, just solve it. Because that would work. Like, you see that just immediately works. That immediately give me less poly count. Like we went from 1,573 verts to 1,464. And like, it barely lost its shape. But it says it needs a poly count up here of 48. 48 sides. Yeah. So it could be optimized, but it doesn't want to be. Like, let's say I want this face to be on N3. Bang, works. What it also did is it just didn't preserve this nice thing that we have going on here. Should I texture my model with this atlas? Just for fun. What do you think, my one concurrent viewer? Should I texture with this atlas for fun? Okay. Thanks a lot. Let's do it. It would. Yes, it really would. Okay. Old-timey, not medieval rocket. Or I guess capsule. Let's get started. Is this one, I think? Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna... Where's the door at? Here it is. We're gonna model this door off of the one we got here. This might look dumb. Is it worth messing up my UVs for? No, it's not, because I can always just unwrap it again and fix them. Nice. That door is beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, indeed. See, I don't even need to model a handle. We have one right here. Oh my gosh, that works really well. Can we select by UVs? Oh my goodness, we can. Oh my gosh. That is... Great. Now for this, I think we're just gonna do this material here. I mean, we have so much. We have so much more stuff we could do. Like this. Like, I think all of these here. Actually, I could just do this. Yeah. Yes! Oh my gosh, that's perfect. And for the top, just do this. Do the same for the bottom. Gotta fix up this one. That doesn't look that good. It's gonna stretch some things. Let's do this. This is probably one of the dumbest things I've made. Can make it brick. Oh, let's make it wooden. Why not? Is bro surviving? And there we have it. So I guess that's how I would do it. That is how I would texture this. Yeah, it worked, yeah. Probably one of the dumbest things I've done. You know, let's just take it a step further. Color. We'll flip these. No, we don't. Wood is so reflective. JC, that was not the intent. Bang. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot displacement. How could I forget? Let's use it normal. Yeah, let's use it. Let's use display. Okay. And there you have it. Okay. So we get the main idea. And we got our perfect UVs back. And I could totally just take those into Painter and then paint it that way. But that means I would have, if I made several parts for Kitten Space Agency, I would have multiple textures. Which is not what you want. You want atlases in video games, because when you have so many parts and things. Okay, I think I'm just going to wrap this one up here. It's a very simple model. I mean, it's got some cool tricks up its sleeve, like these edge booleans, which I did the slowest way I possibly could. It's got this cool geometry, yeah. Got these things, simple booleans. It's just very simple mesh. I'll probably go into texturing some other time. But I am hungry. I am hungry. So I'm gonna save this for some other time. Oh yeah, you didn't know. I actually streamed like another hour of this over on Twitch. Um, like this is a 2-hour stream. It probably shows up as 1 hour over here because I forgot to make it public stream on YouTube, like an hour in. So, yeah. This is also on Twitch, though. Hopefully, it's working on Twitch. I have no clue. I can't load it for some reason. Maybe it's because of Zen browser or something. Also, my Twitch account's like super old for some reason. Like it has all the old bios and Moo Crew stuff. So okay. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.